On this week's episode of the ADCs of Wrestling, nobody wants John Cena in their WrestleMania match. SmackDown takes the Slowlane to WrestleMania. We'll give you our predictions. Plus, we talk about Nia Jax's Mizzy-worthy performance, along with the rest of Raw.
Are you guys going to talk about the Bludgeon Brothers this week?
Not that much, Steve.
Oh, hell no.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Oh, hell yeah.
Are you ready for a show with questionable wrestling impressions by a guy I know?
It's gotta, yeah.
ADC.
Ooh, yeah, dig it.
ADC.
Let me tell you something, ADC.
He watches wrestling.
This is awesome, Michael.
Do you know your ADCs, the ADCs of Wrestling? Yeah, welcome to the ADCs of Wrestling, Week 3. Week 3, Maddie. Week 3. You made it.
We made it. I am surprised. I wasn't sure even I was going to make it today, so this is pretty cool.
Yeah, you're here. I'm glad you're here. It's it's easy. I used to do a podcast where I had to be at the studio. I had to show up on time. I never was there on time.
Nope.
And then when I got there, it was like, we better start recording. We only have a certain amount of time. You gotta start. Now it's like you just kind of show up at my house. I mess around with stuff for a long time, trying to get levels right. And, we just go at our leisure.
Yeah.
At our leisure.
Yeah. I mean, we've been messing around with levels.
Yes, with levers, pulleys.
Yeah. I mean, it's been an hour, but whatever. At least now we're talking.
It's not actually been an hour, but...
It's been an hour.
There's a lot of, checking levels and stuff here at the compound built by the Cox of Andrew David. Yes.
Oh, man, the timing on that this week was amazing.
There's got to be a better way to say that, though, right?
No, you said it right.
The Cox of Andrew David
built
this house.
No, I mean, it works.
Yeah, hey, a couple announcements this week. First of all, new parody video up. Check out Broken Not Woken, a Matt Hardy parody / tribute. It's kind of a little bit of both.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about just 2 seconds there about the timing this week where, I mean, WWE kind of...
They kind of stepped all over it.
They kind of were like, oh, this guy's about to do... And ruined. Perfect. Yeah.
No, but Matt Hardy still liked it. Most people liked it, except for one guy who called me a jackass who's impatient. And I'm like, dude, we've been waiting forever for him to be broken again.
I mean, well, it's been a year, essentially.
Yeah, it's been a year.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, and Woken just hasn't worked.
No, it really hasn't.
No.
But I had a lot of fun making that. I gave up like 2 days of my life to it, but still not really as many views and things as I had hoped for. So if you guys like that video, do your best to share it, like on different social media sites, and post the link on your wrestling forums or whatever. Show your friends, tweet it out, whatever you want to do. I would love to get that spread around again. Although Matt Hardy probably did the most that anybody could do just by retweeting it himself. I love how his tweet is kind of like, Vanguard, I need you to find out if this guy likes me or not.
Yeah. What side of the Great War is he actually on?
Yes.
But that's one of the best parts about that tweet is he just built you kind of into his character, which is pretty cool.
I need you to find out who created this video submission.
Yeah.
Or transmission.
Which now we've had Braun, you've had Braun tweet out, as well as Matt Hardy. Like, these wrestlers, man, they're starting to see your stuff.
Yeah, as far as like the full-blown produced pieces I've done, it's kind of a 2-for-2 thing.
It's pretty cool.
I tried so hard to get Rusev to acknowledge the Sexy Brute or the Rusev Day-ish or Rusev Jingle Brute.
Yeah.
Around Christmas time, but he wasn't having it. He didn't like it.
Well,
he really liked some other
busy.
guy's 12 Days of Rusev video and not mine. I got really jealous.
Well.
Yeah. Anyway, as far as...
So that's topic one.
Yes, topic one on my really swollen list of things to discuss on this week's show. Secondly, there is now another announcement as far as Something to Wrestle. If you're here because of that podcast, thank you. Welcome. I hope you enjoy our podcast. We're not quite as dirty as they are.
No. we
sometimes.
also don't have as much inside information as they do.
Sure we do. I know so much stuff.
Yeah.
But the announcement is as follows. Drum roll, please. You can now hear me next week and every week on the Something to Wrestle podcast. I'm going to be teeing up basically their topic for the next week, or just doing something crazy based on what I know they are talking about that week. So if you can get to the end of their 4-hour show, I'll be there for 2 minutes.
Which is pretty awesome because this is something that's been in the works for a couple weeks now. Basically, ever since that Braun video really took off and they contacted you, it's we've known for a little bit, and you've been on the last 2 episodes, so it's pretty cool that you're featured at the end of that.
Yeah, no, it's been pretty fun. It's been pretty fun.
Yeah,
I think you guys will really like, if you're listening to this on Thursday when it will be releasing. I think you guys are going to enjoy what I have for you guys at the end of tomorrow's show, because if you like my song parodies and Doc Hendricks, you'll probably like tomorrow's.
Perfect.
little piece.
Well, why haven't I heard it yet?
I'll show you.
I've heard all the other ones already. Come on.
I know. I'll show you after.
All right, cool.
I'll play it for you. You'll get a little sneak peek.
Let's hurry up and get through this then.
iTunes. I need you guys. We have like 15 ratings on iTunes right now. Woo. We have considerably more downloads per week. So I know at least half of you must be using Apple Podcasts or something. Or even if you're listening on YouTube or checking me out on the Facebook page and you have iTunes, the best thing you could possibly do would be to just go out of your way to go and leave a rating for me, because it just helps out a lot. And it just helps me be more visible in the sports and recreation section. And I need your help. I need you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's great that people listen on all sorts of different, I guess, platforms. But if you're on there on iTunes, just give a quick rating if you enjoy the show.
Brother out.
If you don't like the show, though, you just don't click anything.
Oh, no, do it anyway. Just do it.
Yeah.
You Mark. Hey, did I say your name was Matt the Mark off the top of the show? I don't think I did.
I don't know if you did.
This is my friend Matt the Mark.
Hey, same guy as the last couple weeks.
Yeah, same dude. He's back. Yes.
Marking out over everything.
Yeah, and I'm Andrew David Cox. I had this tendency of forgetting to introduce myself.
Yeah.
Even though the podcast is named after me. But hey, there we go. We got through it. We did it. I wondered how many weeks it would take for me to forget to introduce myself. I feel like it happened this week.
The answer is 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Third time's a charm.
Yeah.
A couple news and notes things. I don't really care that much about them, though. I mean, Hillbilly Jim, I thought he was already in the Hall of Fame, but there he goes.
I was thinking the exact same thing. I saw his name come up. I thought it was actually a joke, kind of like what Virgil's doing there. It seems like every day he's posting a new Hall of Fame picture of himself. But, I thought he was already in. So, I mean, I guess it's great that he's going in.
Yeah, he's in now. For the longest time, I guess they just weren't going to go messing with a country boy, and now they are.
Yeah.
Get it? That's his theme song.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have many thoughts beyond it.
No, I'm moving along, man.
Yeah,
Keep up
perfect.
with the pace.
All right, great.
100,000 seat pay-per-view in October at the Australian Cricket Ground. That sounds kind of crazy. Why would they do 100,000 seat stadium in October? It's not going to be Hell in a Cell, probably.
Because I guess they just don't get out there that often, so they might as well make it grand. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Why not? That sounds fun. And the greatest Royal Rumble. The greatest Royal Rumble. It's the greatest Royal Rumble.
I love the
Saudi
name
Arabia.
of it because it's 50 people.
Yeah, it's not even the greatest Royal Rumble ever. It's just the greatest Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
There will never be another Royal Rumble this great.
Like, do you think this is their way of just saying, like, we're going to Saudi Arabia, so let's just get everyone involved?
Yeah, 50 dudes.
Yeah.
And that's supposed to be like a 60,000 seat arena,
Yeah.
too. It's probably...
It'll be big. And
I don't know if it's cricket, soccer, maybe?
It'll
Footy?
be cool. It'll be cool, but it'll be pointless other than just getting the people in front of the fans.
Yeah, seems kind of pointless to me. Okay, so we have a couple other things to run through this week.
Yeah.
One thing is, I don't know, maybe we should do the mailbag? Let's do the mailbag off the top.
Yeah. Oh, is this a new segment?
It's kind of a new segment. It's the mailbag. It's the tweets.
The tweets, yeah.
The ADC reads tweets and stuff like that. We'll work on a name.
Yeah.
It's not a good name.
Yeah, no, that's terrible.
I don't even think that was a name.
But this is a good thing to have every week.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, what I want to do too is we're going to talk about Cena's Fastlane to WrestleMania, because that's kind of a fun story to discuss. It should lead us into our SmackDown and Fastlane predictions.
Yep.
And a bit of a discussion about that go-home show, because it is Fastlane week. We should probably talk some SmackDown, even though I really don't like to right now.
We'll give her about 5 minutes.
We'll give it our best shot, and then we can go through the rest of Raw, where all the kind of interesting stuff is happening right now. First off, my friend Ramador Hudon, who used to always tweet us at the last podcast, he tweeted the question before saying, if you could choose one wrestler, male or female in each brand, to be pushed to the main event scene, who will it be? And by the way, continue the good work. Great start so far. Thank you, Ramador. But Maddie, why don't you field this one first?
I'm going to, oh man, I think it's pretty obvious. I'm going to go with SmackDown, and I'm going to say Rusev.
Yeah.
I think
I got to echo that as well.
Yeah,
I think
he
would be great.
He's over at this point, and I feel like they're right on the cusp right now where he's losing it. That promo with Nakamura was quiet. It was quiet with the fans. It was kind of terrible, and I feel like they're about to lose it.
It was as quiet as Aiden English and his broken throat.
Yeah, Nakamura singing at the end was hilarious, but I feel like we're on that downslide of Rusev Day. And
I like that gimmick, though. That's so old school, breaking the throat of the guy who sings. Like, he's like, I can't.
How about the vocal cords on Nakamura, though? Not bad.
Yeah, not bad. Nakamura Day.
Yeah. Come on, man. You can't just make up your own day.
I feel like it should have been Shinsuke Day.
That makes way more sense.
It's Shinsuke Day. So that's why I make the song parodies.
Yeah,
WWE.
Yeah, that makes sense.
As far as ladies go, I would put Becky Lynch in a feud with Charlotte right now.
Yeah. Something's got to happen there. Becky Lynch needs to turn. She's kind of, she was injured, but she's been out of the scene for a while, and she was the woman on SmackDown that started that whole thing over there. So
I would have Carmella feud with Natalya right now in the main event.
I just need Carmella to cash in so she can get her 2 weeks with the title and then lose it.
Yeah. Okay. Sock Monkey Mike, great name.
That's amazing.
Says, I have a question regarding the smash hit This Is How I Got Over by Braun Strowman. It's actually by me, technically.
Yeah.
How fun and awesome was it to create such a masterpiece?
You know what? I'll field this question.
Hey, shut up. This is for me.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
That's my bad. Sorry.
Buddy. Just assuming your role here, eh? Just stepping. No, go ahead.
Well, I made the song, so I mean.
You did not. It was me.
Okay, fine. I'll let you answer.
You'll let me answer the question that was posed to me that only I could answer.
Makes sense.
Wonderful. Yes. It was really fun. It was really fun to create. Honestly, it's the best part is making the songs. As far as the videos go, I'm actually a video editor.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like more work, and that part takes absolutely the most time. If you guys, choose to believe it or not, the song part, it's almost like improv.
Yep.
Like, I don't actually write a script or lyrics. I kind of sit down and I have an idea of maybe a hook or something I think is funny. And I'll just do takes. Like, when you see stuff from a movie, like a Will Ferrell movie or something, and they do a bunch of different takes of funny lines.
They
and
just
then
riff back and forth, yeah.
Yeah, and they just take whatever's the funniest take. That was basically what I did with, like, the Strowman thing, and then I kind of listened back, and I'm like, no, that doesn't really work here. That doesn't rhyme. And then I'm like, oh, what if I said this? And then eventually I get to where I get. It was really fun to make the song. I made myself laugh a bunch of times during the song. And then the video, like, that's just like 10 hours on top of it to make it something that people will actually watch and listen to, because I tried posting songs before and people didn't care so much.
Well, and you're such a perfectionist too. Like, you need everything to line up perfectly. But like you said, you are an actual video editor for...
That is what I do by trade, yes.
Yeah, a fairly large company. So it's, I mean, you're a bit of a perfectionist in that case. But I can definitely attest to, like, how quickly you come up with these songs and these ideas, because you kind of just send me a message and be like, hey, I think this will be funny. And then the next thing I know, you're sending me an audio clip of what it is. I'm like, damn, like, that it took you an hour. That was amazing.
I mean, that's how Fire Pants came about. And the Baron Corbin thing. And
you keep dropping that in this podcast, and it makes me laugh every single time.
I'm sure it'll appear somewhere on this week's show.
Oh, it better.
Who do you think the next NXT call-ups will be? That was from Porkins, A Star Wars Story. I don't even get that name.
Great name, Porkins. Great name.
If I had to guess, I would say one of the tag teams.
Yeah.
We'll probably talk about this when we discuss Raw, but the Bar need opponents.
Yep.
And if it's not going to be Broken, Matt Hardy, and Brother Nero, which it could be, depending on when they do this final deletion.
Yep.
I would say that it would be one of the tag teams. Maybe Sanity or the Authors of Pain. Guys that seem to just be down there doing nothing.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. I actually thought and had heard that Authors of Pain were actually on their way up a few months ago. I don't know if that was just rumor, if it was happening, if there was some sort of delay for whatever reason, but I fully expect to see them kind of be the next team to come up and maybe even challenge at WrestleMania.
He also asked me what your favorite themes are in current WWE. I'll give you a fucking favorite theme.
Fire pants! I'm wearing fire pants. These are my fire pants. Do you like my fire pants? Check out my fire pants.
Yeah, I think at this point I saw that one coming.
Yeah. I kind of telegraphed that one.
Yeah, this one I won't be surprised.
Don't worry, I won't play it again because Seth Rollins didn't wear his fire pants.
Wait.
Oh, yes, he did.
Yeah, he did.
That's right, he did. You know what? A serious answer to that, though, I really do enjoy... I kind of like Elias's theme, as weird as that is.
Yep.
Because you never hear it.
Yep.
Maybe it's because it's not boring to me yet. You never hear it. But I also really like Baron Corbin's theme, too.
Ugh, I hate you.
You don't like the Baron Corbin theme?
No, we talked about this in like week 1. I liked his previous theme. See, this is my thing, is I find that I really like themes in NXT, and then when they come up to the main roster, they completely ruin it. But if I have to pick one, I'm going to probably go with Finn Balor. I absolutely loved that.
I used to love Nakamura too, but I feel like it's been
it's
overplayed.
It's overplayed. And you know what? Finn Balor's is as well. I don't really like where they've taken his character so much, but I still like the fan interaction that the song allows.
Okay.
And his bulge.
Yeah. The Balor bulge.
The Balor bulge.
Right into your Irish living room.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean,
that's myself there.
I think that's it for the questions, at least for now.
Yeah, that's all I got. I think for now. Let's talk about Cena.
Okay.
And like I said, his fast lane to WrestleMania, his slow lane, if you will.
Yep.
I think it was really funny on Raw, the promo that he gave and the hilarious explanation that he had, because it's so true. It's like, I'm out here because there is no way that Baron Corbin's stupid ass and AJ Styles and Dolph Ziggler, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn are not going to come out and interrupt me while I try to say that I want to win a match on Sunday.
Yeah.
That's the whole promo.
Which
like,
100%
Kurt was like,
would
this
happen.
is really important. You should go and say you're going to win that match on Sunday.
Yeah, and so do you think, but my question, I guess, to you is, do you think that Cena was on Raw just to promote Fastlane because he wasn't scheduled to be on SmackDown last night? Or
I think he was already scheduled to be on all these episodes of Raw, but also you've got the bigger audience right now on Raw, and they're trying to draw, views and stuff to SmackDown, but then, like, I don't know,
it just seemed weird that he was on Raw and then SmackDown, then Raw, and then
he
not
wasn't
on
even on SmackDown.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So they all come out, so he's just like, I really want to win this match, but I'm not going to really be involved in any of like the pre.
Yeah, I don't really want to be there. I just
he just Brock Lesnar to everybody.
He won his way into the match at Fastlane and then just didn't show up to SmackDown the next week. I
love how at this point he's kind of trying to weasel his way in. He's like, no, don't, like, it's totes cool, AJ. Like, if I win, like, I'll invite you back in, bro. I'll invite you. You come in, you do the rematch thing. We'll all, like, can we all just do it? Can we do the 3-way match at WrestleMania? Please, bro.
Yeah,
please.
I actually thought that was weird because it made me think, like, why would he go out there and say that if it hadn't been a conversation already?
It's funny to me. It's just like...
It's weird, though.
I love talking about it because his whole thing right now is just, please, somebody give me a spot.
Yeah.
I want to be there.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I don't know. It's just weird that he goes out and just predicts or at least asks for this match when I think the concern maybe even a couple weeks ago was like, oh, no, he's just going to weasel his way into WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But now he's saying, no, I'm going in as the champion, but you two can challenge me.
Yeah. And like, there's a way we can all do this. It'll be fun. You know, it's inclusion for all. Please let me wrestle at WrestleMania.
Vince,
it's funny to me.
Vince, hey, can I wrestle at WrestleMania?
You gotta win a match, pal. I can't just put you in matches. I don't run the place. Ha ha! God damn it, that's true. I do.
Perfect.
Is this all a red herring? It's. I feel like it's going to be the Undertaker. We had last week. We were talking about how it was supposedly Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
Now it's supposedly not Rey Mysterio, from what I've read. I think he might actually be injured. Or something,
he did,
too.
yeah. So I kind of watched that, and I was going to say something about it. I actually think the Rey Mysterio thing was legit. Because he is trying to make a comeback with WWE, and I think that was just maybe where that was going to go. But he did get hurt, and there's video out there.
Rotator cuff or something.
His bicep. He pulled his biceps. So, and there's video of the actual injury. Doesn't look great because he didn't really finish the match. He crawled himself into the corner of the ring, and they basically, you see the ref go over and talk to him, and. So I don't really know whether they're now. I think I just read this morning that it's not as bad as expected.
Right. So he could still wrestle, potentially, maybe.
But I think the thing is,
we don't know.
He's still actually, negotiating to kind of make a part-time comeback. So yeah. So I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know. I don't know if I can see the Rey Mysterio Cena thing because they need. If Rey isn't signed yet, they need time to build up that match to mean anything at all.
Yeah, it's just so funny to me now because it's like Cena keeps failing, and then I guess if he wrestles, well, he did beat AJ Styles, so we'll give him that. But
he did, but he's not going to win at Fastlane.
No, he can't. No. Like for the story to continue, I actually read a piece on Cage Side Seats, I think, about this. For the story to continue, he basically has to lose at Fastlane, and then he has to be so beaten down, so either beaten into submission that you either see a change in attitude and some Cena heel turn, which will never happen.
No,
let's not kid
Too many
ourselves. Kids. Or you have the Undertaker come out and say, John, I'll finally wrestle you with no physicality,
which we did hear as stipulations last week. So maybe they've agreed to those terms.
Yeah, no, those were totally real. Taker was on the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
He limped his way in here.
Yeah.
And he said, my hip will be fine.
He's not limping that much anymore. He's looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Word is he's actually looking really good.
Yeah.
So which is why I think it's still like, oh, is it going to happen?
Well, they gave me a big boot to the face like a champ right after the interview.
That's
so.
true. That's true. I
can still see not to make fun of me.
And he just kicked me in the face and he left. It was great. And then he was like,
Thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's what it is.
Why did he call me a bish?
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, no, I think, you know what? Maybe that's the way it is. You know, Cena loses at Fastlane as expected and goes on, either gets angry or he's all down and out, and then either Ray Music's hit or Taker's bong goes on. I don't know.
Or just another Goldust match.
Or, oh my God, what the hell was that?
I don't know. I like Goldust. I love the old school Goldust character. I like when they were doing like the
Shattered Dreams,
the golden
again.
era returning and
what
stuff.
What happened to that? Why did that just disappear as soon as R-Truth was done?
Yeah, they had his big match against R-Truth.
Oh, huge feud.
Yeah, big feud against Truth. We haven't seen him since. Goldust destroyed R-Truth forever.
We barely saw Goldust up until Monday.
How does he have such a full head of hair? Speaking to you as a fellow bald man.
Yeah. It's quite frustrating. But you know what? There's a lot of people out there that have lots of hair. So.
Yeah. But even compared to Cena's showing some signs of age and thinning, and then you got Goldust with hair like he's in a boy band from the 90s.
Blonde, yeah.
It looks like he's
tipped. I don't know, but the promo itself, like what was that? It's almost like he forgot the script and then tried to wing it. I don't know. It was weird. And then the match
it almost
sucked.
seemed like he kind of stumbled a couple times.
Yeah.
The match was anything but great. I had a funny kind of random thought. Speaking of voices, you know how Goldust came out and he talks about John. Imagine if he was doing like the comedy Goldust voice.
Oh God!
Like he's just like, I'm here to ruin your road to Fastlane. I'm going to ruin it all, John. You will remember the name of Goldust, man.
Yeah, I don't think Vince would like that too much. I mean, it'd probably make everyone else laugh.
Yeah.
But
Where's Truth, man?
Yeah, I don't know. It's at least an interesting story. Cena's making himself interesting, but
yeah, I mean, it's the first thing I wanted to talk about was this Cena storyline.
I actually don't know where it's going to go because I think we all want it to be the Undertaker, just because it'd be cool. But at the same time,
some of us do, but then we also don't because
I don't want to see Taker limp around.
It's going to be so bad.
It would be terrible. They're like Cena's clunky himself. At least with Roman last year, like he could carry the match most of the time.
Yeah, but it still wasn't a good match.
Well, no, but it was better than Cena would put on, I think.
There's the whole interesting thing where you could do like a career versus career, but then Cena kind of has to win because Cena.
I don't want. He's got a couple years of WrestleMania again.
Yeah, I know, and Cena's got a couple years of juice left in the tank.
Yeah.
Does Taker win over John Cena? Like, how does that work at WrestleMania?
They can't have because Taker can't just keep coming back, right? If Taker wins and then just disappears again for a year, I don't know. How do you explain that? The retiring on a loss was perfect last year.
Well, you're supposed to go out on your back technically. That's the whole wrestling thing. But then if Cena wins over Undertaker, it can give him something to kind of, springboard him into, this 17th title push because he's talking about that too.
Well, but the problem is that
it's weird.
There are no scheduled events for Cena after WrestleMania. Not SummerSlam, Survivor Series. He's not on any of the promotional stuff.
Well, I mean, he's probably got a movie to shoot or something.
Movie, TV, whatever. So is he just gonna? He can't win and then just disappear because then there's no push for that 17th title.
I would bet that he shows up on Raw the next night or something and cuts a promo, and then maybe you don't see him for a while and they figure out something else for him.
Maybe.
The one last thing I wanted to touch on this whole Cena thing, before we go kind of into SmackDown, we can let it take us right to our SmackDown and Fastlane predictions.
Sure.
Was the AJ Styles response, which to me is hilarious because it's just like, we don't want you in the match, John. Stay away from my main event. I want Shinsuke Nakamura and not Neon John.
This is, I don't know, even AJ talking about this is for us, and this is, anyways, we're going to talk about SmackDown in a second here, but that whole AJ promo, I hated it.
You hate? No, like, I like the promo. I think AJ's awesome. It's just that, it's just funny that that's the whole thing right now. It's just like, stay away from the match, John.
But what I hated about it was that John wasn't there.
Yeah.
Like he had this entire promo about John Cena and then Ziggler comes out.
Right. The Ziggler thing.
And
can we talk about how they replayed Cena's promo from the night before? And now, like, I literally have my head in my hand right now. They put the text over Cena's clip from the night before. It wasn't even a selfie promo.
No.
It was just a clip of him talking on Raw, and they put the text. Stupid text.
This is the worst thing to happen in WWE in I don't know how long. Because the text over the promos, even the selfie promos, which I hate, the text makes it seem cartoonish.
My cat.
The cat is just like, hey guys, what's up?
I don't know if you guys can hear it, but my boy Jack right now is just making an awful noise.
Yeah, no, the text to me is just they need to get rid of it immediately. It is awful.
Yeah, no, it's the worst thing ever. And basically it looks like the covers I make for my videos.
Yeah.
And like I said before, it looks like the Ronda video. I think what AJ said was strong. You know, it's like I want to have the match with the guy I consider the best, Shinsuke Nakamura. We're doing this for you guys. You know, we never thought it would happen again in WWE, but stay the hell out of the match, John. And then the damn Ziggler segment, like Ziggler's a heel again.
Yeah, I think he's supposed to be heel. I don't think he was, at least it was accidental.
Last week he was babyface.
Yeah, but then he kicked or punched AJ, right?
But that was to show that it was every man for himself.
Maybe, I don't know. It's just
guys do that all the time.
Yeah,
Roman did it to Seth at the Royal Rumble or in the Gauntlet match and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They fought, but they're still bros.
I don't know, and I still can't get over Ziggler's music. It's drive. Just come out to the record scratch and come out to no music. When that music kicks in, and now he stands there and waits for it too. Like it's just stupid.
Yeah, he's just here to take the pin, and his gimmick sucks.
It's terrible.
That's how I feel about Dolph Ziggler. Yeah. He's switching back and forth more than the Big Show right now. It's the worst.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the worst.
Can I have like a pretty, maybe not a major complaint, I guess, but at least a complaint on SmackDown Go Home show. There's a whole bunch of other matches. I have a couple complaints, and we'll get in. Maybe this is a good time to kind of segue into the prediction. We'll talk a little bit.
Yeah. For sure.
Here's my first complaint. Bobby Roode completely interrupted the women's segment at the beginning.
I think he was like supposed to be saving
nothing.
Charlotte
happened.
I know.
He was coming out for his segment to sit on commentary, and the women just left. It was so
they were just gone.
Weird. And that to me, that right away, I was like, okay, great. The women's match doesn't matter.
Well, you want to talk about why I hate SmackDown right now. You're expecting me after Raw and all the stuff that happened. They were at least trying on Raw. SmackDown started with Charlotte and Ruby Riott in the ring talking, and Ruby Riott somehow giving a really quick explanation of why they've been there for 6 months.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, they're like, should she have like an origin story? Should she have like a background?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. She thinks Charlotte's a fake. Okay, cool. That's why they're there.
Let's run with it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
And then Bobby Roode comes out to break it up, and I'm like, oh, I guess they're mixed match, mixed match challenge tag partner, and Charlotte's apparently in love with him.
I thought that's where that was going, because man, she was smiling, she was clapping, she was excited.
She was like,
and then she
gaga-eyed for Bobby at this point.
It was so weird. I didn't like it. Maybe they were tight for time, but that takes me to my second complaint. Why was AJ Styles and Dolph Ziggler or at least half an hour? It was from that hour, top of the hour, back down. They took a half hour, and then all of a sudden, KO and Zayn come out, and then that match takes another half hour. An entire hour for the main event.
I know. You're going to tell me there's nothing else they could have done other than just like, well, we have all the guys who are going to be doing a 6-pack challenge. Let's have a singles match that then leads into a fatal five-way match.
The exact match we're going to see on Sunday.
Everything except
Cena.
for John Cena.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of liked the Sami Zayn swerve at the end.
Oh, I love that. I will say I love that.
It did feel a little weird to just give that away kind of on the go-home show because, why would Zayn do this today?
Well, he did say in his interview at the end, why would you ask a stupid question? This wasn't for the title.
Yeah. But
if
he really wants the title, shouldn't he go into Fastlane with Kevin Owens thinking that he's on his side and then hope to blindside him with a haluva kick at the end of that match?
He didn't say he wanted the title. He just wanted to prove he was the best.
Yes, but that's
his time for the title is not right now from the previous promo that we saw of KO and Zayn. I love the swerve at the end for sure.
You think that he's still going to try to... I don't think he's... I think we're not supposed to believe that he would in any way lay down for KO now.
I think they did this now so that we don't expect it to happen at Fastlane, or that we were going to be expecting it to happen, but now that it just definitely won't because it's already happened.
You just had a whole thing built in, though, going into Fastlane where we could have had Sammy and KO, I mean, almost as a comedy spot, but like whenever the ring was cleared, they could have tried to have Kevin like just pin Sammy, and then everybody had to run back in. Because everybody always wonders if there's two people in one of these matches that are, colluding. Why wouldn't one guy just lay down for the other guy?
Which I think maybe we do see at Fastlane. But
I just don't see how you can do that now.
No, but to happen and then they run it, AJ runs in and interrupts it. Because AJ can't lose that match.
No, but how could they do that now after Sammy just gave Kevin Owens a haluva kick when Kevin Owens is clearly going to be very upset with him?
Because Sammy's going to lay down.
Shane.
Sammy's going to lay down for the title. He just wanted to prove that he was the best, which he did by winning that match. But for the title, he's going to let KO have it because he said he would. It wasn't his
these two
style.
going to wrestle at WrestleMania? We're going to get a one-on-one match?
I hope not. Like
do you think it's going to be Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon with Sammy? Like I've read that as a rumor.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I definitely think the Daniel Bryan thing is gone. But
yeah, I think so too.
I don't know. We've seen KO and Sammy for so long. I don't like. Are they breaking them up already?
We've seen Cammy.
Wow.
Thank God that's not being repeated every week.
Yeah.
The other thing before I got sidetracked there by your stupid theories.
Yeah, sorry.
Was that you started with Charlotte and Ruby Riott, and then it led into a match between Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton with Bobby Roode on the peripheral.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I like Bobby Roode as the heel he was at NXT.
Yep.
But since he's come up to the main roster, he is just as boring to me as Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal.
Yep.
So when you think of this feud, you've got literally probably three of the most boring in-ring performers on the entire brand. And Jinder's not even in the match. He's just there like, you suck, you were on his list, but not on his list. And
you're scared of Randy Orton.
I thought you'd be more popular than him, but you're scared of Randy Orton.
No, it was a weird match.
But the match is Randy Orton and Bobby Roode, and then that's like the laziest possible booking for the whole show. It's like, well, what if Randy just throws Jinder into Bobby?
Yeah.
And then Jinder gets a distraction pin.
But this is what we've seen from SmackDown for how long now? Like this is almost to be expected. This is the norm right now.
It's really bad.
It's not good.
It's really bad now.
I'm not going to lie. We've talked more about SmackDown than I expected us to.
Yeah, let's do the predictions now so we can talk about the more fun stuff this week.
I just quickly though, I know the Ruby Riott thing was weird. I will give her props. She did do a pretty good job in her promo.
She was okay.
She didn't seem like scared or nervous or whatever. She did a pretty good job, even though the whole thing was weird. But she herself as the superstar did well.
I think Ruby's decent. I just think that they need to give them better scripts and they need to plan out what the hell they're doing there better.
It's just SmackDown in general.
Becky Lynch and Naomi versus Carmella and Natalya. I really do not care about this whatsoever. This is the weirdest setup for a match. This is destined for the pre-show or some spot where they want people to go and get popcorn.
Complete filler. If it's in the middle of the show, it just shows even more how terrible SmackDown is right now.
I'm going to say Becky Lynch and Naomi. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. It's pre-show. It'll get Becky Lynch and Naomi. I have to agree. There's no reason for Natty and Carmella to win.
The next most predictable match on the card would be Shinsuke Nakamura versus Rusev. My poor boy Ruru.
We talked about this, that we knew that they were going to feed Rusev to Nakamura. They can't let Nakamura lose before WrestleMania.
You can't just make up a holiday, bro.
Yeah. It's not going to happen. He's going to lose clean, and it's going to be stupid, and this is the decline of Rusev Day. It's gone.
Yeah. This could have been a feud for him after AJ, winning the title, and then they could have had Rusev as a challenger. Even if you want to keep Rusev heel, he'd be a great beastly heel.
Yeah.
He's one of the guys I would maybe trade to Raw.
Yeah.
And try to push him against other beasts like Strowman and Rusev. Can you imagine a feud with those two guys?
Yeah, like Rusev isn't tall, but he's a big
and
guy.
Rollins.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great potential. Rusev and Finn Balor. There's a lot you could do.
This is just Rusev is just great. They're just completely misusing him on SmackDown.
Yeah. Let's talk about the United States Championship. Bobby Roode versus Randy Orton. Randy Orton's never captured that belt. Something tells me that he probably won't, but they're going to lead to a match at WrestleMania involving them. There's a rumored like a ladder match or some kind of a 3-way or 4-way for the U.S. title at Mania. So I'm going to go with Bobby Roode retaining.
Yeah, this sucks because I feel the exact same way. Like Bobby Roode's going to retain, but it leads to some sort of triple threat. Maybe not a ladder match, I don't know, but some sort of stipulation match at WrestleMania between the three of them.
All right, let's talk about the one. See, this pay-per-view has a chance to surprise us in ring with a couple matches here.
Yep.
Well, not that it would be a surprise if the Usos and New Day were amazing, but I feel like, I mean, by all intents and purposes, this should be a fantastic match.
Yep.
I just don't know where they go after this because they're going to be wrestling at WrestleMania too. It's going to happen.
Yep. Because there's no one else. I mean, the only thing I can see maybe happening here is the Bludgeon Brothers come out, break it up.
Gable and Benjamin being in the mix.
Yeah. But they come out.
Multi-team match.
Like, I think I'm going to say that the Usos retain and they get their spot at WrestleMania, but I think they retain because of some sort of interference from the Hammer Bros.
That makes sense to me. This is really boring across the board because I'm going to agree with you yet again. I just think that...
But this is SmackDown right now, right? Like, it's too predictable. This is just what, especially right before WrestleMania.
You would hope that they could shake something up going into WrestleMania, but I don't think they will.
I don't know.
I got to say, Usos retain.
Yep.
New Day. I mean, maybe the New Day win their 5th title at WrestleMania. That would be kind of a moment, I guess.
Yeah, we give them their moment. The Usos get the chance to actually wrestle at WrestleMania, and the New Day wins. Who knows?
Charlotte Flair versus Ruby Riott, a match that is hopefully much better than what we are expecting it to be. Charlotte's going to retain.
Yeah, I think the match will be good. Like I
hope so.
Charlotte's awesome, and I think Ruby's got kind of the brawler aspect in her, so she can kind of take it. But I think we're leading towards Asuka and hey, Kat. I think we're leading to Asuka and Charlotte, so Charlotte retains. I mean, I think we're gonna be level here. I think.
Yeah, because AJ Styles is gonna retain.
Yeah.
We know that.
We don't even have to.
So let's move along.
The only exciting thing that could happen there is what happens between KO and
I said,
Sammy.
let's move along.
All right.
Don't care.
Yeah. All right.
Let's talk about Raw.
Yep.
There was much more fun stuff happening on Raw. Let's talk about the Ronda Rousey saga continuing.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle coming out to talk about Stephanie Man.
I love Kurt, man. I love him. He's been hit in the head a few times.
Ronda's going to be on every show
Yep.
going into WrestleMania, which I think is great, which kind of gives the audience the right message that she is not going to be like Brock Lesnar. She's not just here to be part-time. She's doing some ish.
Yep.
I really enjoyed Stephanie on this particular show. I thought she played really, really well into Kurt Angle. Despite him fumbling, I like when Ronda called her a bully boss, and she's like, "Bully boss? Oh my god!
Oh my goodness!" Yeah,
it was such a realistic.
She was good, and her promo against Kurt was awesome. Like going into his alimony payments and stuff. Like
forgetting how many kids he has.
Yeah, what do you got?
What do you have? 5
kids?
Five? 4 kids? 5?
It's 5.
Yeah. Technically, if you're gonna go kayfabe, he has 6 kids, because Jason Jordan would make 6.
Oh, see, I thought Jason Jordan made the 5. I don't know what he's got so many.
No, he has 5 legit kids. Jason Jordan's his 6th.
Well, then didn't he screw that up then?
I think maybe they kind of forgot. They're like, oh shit, he's got a son.
Yeah, he hasn't been here for 3 weeks, but yeah. The whole segment was awesome, and I love even Triple H eventually comes out because Ronda gets up in there, but.
The Mizzy goes to Kurt Angle for forgetting his kayfabe son.
Yeah, we'll touch on the Mizzies for sure.
Yeah.
But I like that Kurt Angle called, "Oh, I thought you weren't here." Well, I am. I thought that was great. Just no.
All right, maybe I'm here. Yeah. Whatever. I'm here. Shut up.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm here. All right.
I think out of the whole thing, though, I think Rousey's getting better for sure. She's green. Like she's.
Yeah, she's going to be fine, though.
She missed the drum roll there a little bit, and
Well, if you notice at the top of the show, I was like, I want to give a drum roll for this, Maddie, and then I'm like, I just stepped on it.
Yeah, I got it. I
was making a joke there, and now I'm explaining it and sounding like a total douchebag.
Well, you know what?
Why don't I explain it further? See, what I did, what? No,
don't. But I think she's going to be good. She's got the snarl down. Like she's a good angry fighter, and I think even like her stance, like she looks good in the ring for sure.
I think she's going to be fine.
Yeah,
I think she may even excel. Obviously, she is still very green. The Samoan drop was an interesting choice because we saw other people do it. I don't know why she wouldn't just do a judo throw or something else that's kind of in her wheelhouse or an arm bar or something like that. But it was interesting. You could tell, like when I say that she's still very green, you could tell she picked up Steph and you could see her kind of go through like this mental checklist. She's like, okay, your feet are set.
Yeah.
You can tell that Steph has her weight distributed evenly. I'm just going to wait a sec.
Make sure the head is in a good position.
Okay. She's giving me kind of that okay. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to drop back and let's do this clean.
And then she even did it on an angle too.
I think it went okay.
I like she's facing the camera, everything's great, but then she still kind of went off to the left.
Yeah, it was still kind of a bit
pretty
awkward.
stiff, man. She hung on to her like all the way down and just kind of
Steph's
buried
got so
her.
much of her dad in her.
Oh, yeah.
Like she'll do anything.
Yeah, she's great.
Like the way Rhonda picked her up by her hair.
Yeah.
I'm sure Steph jumped, but still,
for sure she did, but
she
it was
jumped
awesome.
up, she landed on her tailbone on the side of the ring. Rhonda pulled her in by her hair.
Yeah. It was good.
Was this too much physicality for like 5 weeks out?
Yeah, there's still so much time. It's even.
What do they do now?
I think maybe Rhonda chasing Steph was good because it's like, okay, I want to get my hands on you. But then like Kurt and Triple H going at it already.
I
like, what do they
Kurt
do?
and Triple H did though. I thought it was
What
great.
do they do the rest of the time? Like he got him in the ankle lock. I don't
know.
think that should have
I
happened.
think you got to have some kind of like thing where McMahon and Triple H are trying to screw Kurt with rules and things, or some vicious backstage attack or something to make it more personal. I thought it worked really well until Rousey chased Steph out of the ring and then was kind of like staring at her when Steph was escaping through the crowd.
Yeah, she kind of went around the back.
And I was like, oh, that's perfect. And then Steph came back.
Yeah.
That's
what
got
I
her
thought
hands
it
on her, and I'm like, no, you got to tease us with that stuff.
Yeah, I was the same. I thought
Steph
with
was
her
halfway
escaping was great.
out of the arena, and then Triple H was like, I lied, all right? She's coming back.
yeah.
So she's here.
Yeah. So do you think maybe they throw a stipulation on this with Kurt Angle? Like, was his contract a year? Or
They were talking about that. Miz even said that at the Mizzies. You want to talk about the Mizzies right now? Let's talk about the Mizzies
because it's the.
Let's keep this organic, my produce.
The only note that I made was the Miz is the best.
I did notice at the end. I'm like, I don't remember writing Miz is the best
because he is
doc.
the best.
He's not the best, Matty. He is awesome.
I hate that I accidentally set you up for that and didn't even see it coming.
Yeah, people don't like that.
That sucked.
When I just they're like, oh no, he's gonna do something.
I feel like an idiot.
He's gonna do a voice right now. He's gonna yell. It's gonna hurt. He's gonna yell something random like fire pants.
Yeah.
They made another comeback. They were back.
They did. They were back, and I don't know. For me, the Miz is top of the show. Like he is the best on mic. Maybe not so much in the ring. He's great in the ring because he tells a good story. But on the mic and his character and what even the production value that went into the Mizzies was amazing.
So as somebody who does what I like to think are funny videos, and video editing and parodies and stuff, and just tongue-in-cheek seriousness and pomp and circumstance sometimes, I was really floored by how well they did those nomination videos. And I can only imagine the edit session because that editor is probably so used to cutting the same damn hype video package every week, where it's just like, okay, so I'll do the thing where it like speeds up and then it changes color on the big bass drop because some guy said something mean to the other guy. And it's like, I'm so sick of these promo packages. But when they get to go in there and it's like, what was the thing where Kurt was like talking to Finn Balor and Seth Rollins and he's like, we'll face both of you, and Seth's like, what? And it just like zoomed in on Seth's bewildered face,
so confused,
and it cuts to Finn Balor. He's like, how do I process this?
I think it was part of their decision making or something. Yeah, it was really well done though. Like the whole thing was great.
And the one from before that I mentioned where it's like Kurt Angle for bringing his bastard son to Raw, and just the shot of him just like rubbing Jason Jordan's back of his head.
I'd like even when he announced the Miz, that is like, oh, he can't be here because he wasn't invited. Like, I just everything the Miz does is great. But even like
who's it gonna be?
He almost shoots in these things because like
Didn't you write this here? The Ronda Rousey comment?
This is, because he talks about the Ronda Rousey comment because he's talking about Kurt Angle was like, oh, he can't be here because he's too busy sucking up to Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
Like these are like little shoots that are so good with the Miz
they're great.
that can't be scripted.
You know what that was like? That was like last year when SmackDown was awesome, and he was doing the interview with Renee Young, and she asked him something about Dean Ambrose, and he's like, "You tell me, you're the one that's sleeping with him."
Yeah, like things like that, man. Like that's what makes the Miz so good. He makes it real.
Yeah.
Like you kind of forget that it's a scripted show when he's out there. And even his comment about the too sweet on
this
Finn Balor
isn't Japan.
Yeah.
You can't get over with a hands gesture that's not even yours.
Yeah, it was so good, man. That's why like little things like that to me make Miz the best.
Yeah,
he's the best on either show in my
He's
opinion.
on his game. I don't know. A three-way match at Mania.
Nah.
Rollins and Balor and The Miz. And I guess The Miz Taraj will be at ringside.
Yeah, I mean, we saw this coming.
You know, I read a rumor that this wasn't the final destination for these three. Because if you think of the other guys on the show right now that don't seem to have much to do, you've got Braun Strowman and Elias.
Yeah.
That might need something. Like maybe they do the ladder match with the Intercontinental title with these guys or something. I don't know.
I kind of hope not. I don't know. If they add to this, I mean, I guess there's still 4 weeks. Maybe, like, how do they do it? They've been building up to this. I don't know. I think as a triple threat, it's good. I think maybe we see something in terms of, I don't know, the club kind of start their thing and they come out to even the odds against the Miz Taraj.
The club have just not even been existent the last couple of
they
weeks.
Teased
Gallows
it
and
and they
Anderson
took it
are
away.
gone.
Yeah.
They gone.
Yeah, they teased it and took it away, which was really, really frustrating.
They're just calling people at craft services nerds backstage.
Yeah.
Just backstage like nerd skis.
Yeah, but I also feel like if they do put them together and kind of make a little stable there, they can't call it the club. They got to get away from that.
Speaking of Strowman and Elias,
yeah,
the Symphony of Destruction
filler match.
Yeah, this was just something else. Like, it's been largely hit lately for Braun.
Yeah.
But this did just kind of feel like they just threw him out there again, hoping for the same success. And adding a lot more, well, they like to say plunder.
Yeah.
On some of the other podcasts I listen to.
Yeah.
Just random-ish. And somehow Elias found the only rear-wheel drive car in all of Milwaukee.
Yeah. I feel like they screwed up the timing of the lights turning back on as well there with him leaving.
Yeah.
But as soon as he got in the car, I was like, well, I mean, he's going to flip the car or
Do you think he legit
it up.
lifted that? That looked like a legit lift almost.
No, I don't think so. No.
He's like, I am finished with you because I'm gassed.
Yeah, it was
really heavy to lift.
Even the way he dropped it at the end, it almost looked like it released, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, crap, I gotta let go," sort of thing. But
I enjoyed the Elias stuff before the match more than the
100%.
actual match. Elias killed me. He was playing the piano, which is funny. He's wearing a kimono,
decently too,
of all things. I know he's worn a kimono before,
yeah.
but like it really just registered to me when I was watching it. I'm like, he's wearing a kimono.
Well, and then wasn't it Corey Graves that mentioned something when he was climbing the rope?
Yeah,
too?
he said something about it.
Yeah. But
I forget what he said. But just playing the piano and like decent, and then
the
he
drums.
makes some comment about like, you know, Braun Strowman can't do this, and then he just hit the most basic drum solo ever.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And then the lights go out, and he just runs away. And I thought it was really funny.
But
all that stuff was great.
Every week, his songs about the city are awesome. Though he always.
This week's song was a little more catchy than normal too.
It was, but even just the way he worked in the Bucks and everything, and this city sucks. Like it was really good.
He kind of, if you heard him on the Edge and Christian podcast, he says he's not in a hurry at all. They give him time to really not rush it.
Yep.
And he's so comfortable out there.
Yeah.
And he's just like, he drops this city sucks.
Yeah.
I can't stand a single one of you.
Yeah, like it's so good. It's little things like that too that it just I wrote this down last week to bring up, and I completely forgot to touch on it with Elias. Is he
touch on it so hard though?
Yeah.
Touch on it right
is
now.
he the only guy that didn't work in NXT but somehow is awesome on the main card?
Oh yeah, you did want to talk about that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other examples of it. It's
can't
usually
think of it.
the other way around.
Yeah.
He might be one of the only guys that's really excelled on the main roster that was like next to nothing on NXT.
Because on NXT,
you know what I have a kind of an example of? Alexa Bliss.
Yeah. Okay.
She is an absolute megastar now on Raw.
100%.
But on on NXT, when she got that call up to SmackDown, when they did the original brand split, we were kind of thinking, is she really ready for this?
Yeah.
Like, why? She's just kind of little Miss Glitter Bliss Alexa down there that was hanging out with Buddy Murphy for a while. And
we kind of thought like, okay, now we're going to see the real Alexa when she turned on Buddy Murphy and like the tag team. So we're like, okay, we see heel Alexa.
Yeah,
she's
but she was still developing, and she's had to do it.
But it was only a couple weeks. Yeah, it was only a couple weeks after that she got called up, and it seemed weird. But yeah,
I would say Carmella too, because she was really nothing at NXT, but now she was kind of
like a manager, right?
They need Ellsworth back.
Yeah,
bring him back. Duh.
Yeah. But no, with Elias, he's so great on the main roster. It's weird that it didn't work in NXT.
Yeah.
He's a good wrestler too.
I mean, you could make the argument that Braun Strowman as well, but he was not a guy that was ever really featured on NXT.
He was in the background, right?
Yeah, he wrestled a few shows down in Florida at some armories and stuff, and then they just had him show up on the show. So, yeah, that's an interesting point. Let's talk about the Paul Heyman promo.
Okay.
First of all, way too long.
Way
Like, he was out there. He thought he was just spitting hot fire. He thought he was Dyloning out there.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Dylon.
Oh.
Lesnar. I spit hot fire.
Well, I think like the promo was good, and it looked like he was gonna leave,
And then he just didn't.
and then he stopped.
He doesn't leave. He
And it's
never
like
leaves.
he got noticed that no, you need another 15 friggin' minutes.
He's a super talent. Like, I'm never going to argue that he's talented.
He's
This guy
he's great at what he does.
is an absolute wordsmith.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know, like if he writes stuff down before, but he doesn't say, he doesn't pause.
No.
He just goes through the things he has to say and says them perfectly.
Yeah, that's not bad. You could
It's,
you could make that
it's
something.
ladies and gentlemen. He does a really good job every week.
No, he and he really is good at it, but yeah, it was way
It's too much,
long.
guys.
Too much talking and nothing happening.
And,
And then Roman does eventually come out. Like, why couldn't he have come out earlier?
I don't know. Roman's been really good lately.
He has been.
Like, he's confidant.
Yeah. Even last night.
Confidant is different.
Yes, yeah. The two completely different
He's
things.
Paul's confidant.
Yeah.
Roman, allow me to tell you my secrets.
Yeah, the secrets are probably not many, but I
Paul Heyman has a ton of gross secrets, I bet.
oh god, yeah, he's kind of he's slimy, but no, Roman was great. He comes out, he had 30 seconds essentially. It just the whole thing seemed a little bit weird because it took so long, but it had a decent ending.
What do you think of the way that they're basically using Brock Lesnar's schedule, which is something that the fans do not like, as a way to babyface Roman Reigns? I think that's really interesting and actually pretty smart.
It's working.
Yeah.
Which might be the first thing to work to babyface Roman since they've started trying, really.
I don't know if it's going to ever stop people from booing him when he comes out.
No.
But him getting in the ring and making note of how, maybe Brock really is a bitch.
Yeah.
And saying he's
By the way,
the
you're
use of
here?
the word bitch on the show didn't fly so well
It was
with
a
lot
lot.
of people.
It was a lot, and I think it was definitely Paul. Like,
Sensitive times, Paul. You cannot say that this title is Brock's bitch,
Yeah.
and you may not touch her. I don't
I
know
think
if you should be
referring to it as a
claiming
her,
woman.
it was a little much, and then dropping the B word. Yeah, it was a little.
I'm all for
Little
not being
touchy.
overly sensitive, but sensitive times, Paul.
Yeah.
Sensitive times.
Yeah, maybe
Gotta
if
be
he had
careful.
just said it instead of her,
Choose
it
your
might have been
words.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
But
maybe if
I
he
also,
said it's his bish.
yeah, bitch. Oh god. Oh man.
Brock, this title is yo bish.
Oh, how long have we been going? Oh. No, and they also just said bitch way too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you remember when they did like that tug of war before WrestleMania 31? When Brock and Roman Reigns just grabbed the title and like held it?
No, it's mine.
One of the
No,
worst.
it's
I hope
mine.
they do something much better for this. That was so bad.
I just kind of hope we don't see the Goldberg thing where they do like a diagonal line of security.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
well, they could do anything like that.
Give us
again,
something
but
new. Like
just
let
not-
them go face to
not the
face. I don't
tug of
know.
war. Like,
Let them wrestle. Like, not wrestle, but like let them brawl a little bit, make it look real, make them shoot a little bit on each other.
Yeah.
But
I thought of something funny with that tug of war. I'm trying to tee it up, and you're going into other things right now.
so what else do we want to
Shut
try?
up.
Yeah, all right.
No, imagine. See, it's not gonna be funny now because I tried to tee it up.
What? What?
What? That was
Okay, go ahead.
Undertaker saying what? I don't know what that was. No, imagine old school Vince commentating that like awkward tug of war between Roman and Brock before WrestleMania 31.
And is it like his excited voice?
Yeah, he's really excited. He keeps changing octaves. He's like, Roman's going for the title. Brock Lesnar has the title. Roman's grabbing for it. Lesnar's holding it. He's trying to tug him off. Who's gonna tug the other one off? He's trying to tug the title. They should tug each other off, McMahon.
Oh, yeah. You had me. You had me right up until the end. I mean, moving on. Yeah, I don't.
Who's gonna tug each other off first, McMahon? There's gonna be a better way to say that, Jesse.
We're off the rails. We're off the rails.
Yeah, when we're gonna talk about.
So what are your thoughts about Roman and Brock going face to face finally next week?
I think it's good. I don't think they should touch. Maybe if they do, nothing. I don't know. I don't mind a pull apart brawl. Honestly, I don't.
Yeah, like I don't want wrestling. I just want them to kind of get tangled up a little bit.
Well, they're not gonna. Brock Lesnar hasn't wrestled on television in months.
Well, he did have a 35-second match this weekend against Kane.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, because the whole thing was, he missed last week, but he's going to make his appearance
Against
in Chicago.
the future mayor of Knoxville, Tennessee.
They
County
booed
or
him
whatever.
out of the arena because his match was 35 seconds.
See, that's how they're making Brock a heel now. Now Brock cannot last longer than like 10 seconds. But like in kayfabe, the reason Brock's matches are short is because he is the beast. He's dominating folks. That's the whole point.
But I think when you only show up,
It's too
once
meta
every
to say
2
like
months,
showing up is the thing. That makes sense. It's way too meta to be like your matches are so short. He's like, I'm winning them really fast. I don't care about your time limits, bitch.
Yeah, but oh god, just dropping the B. Yeah.
I don't care about your kids. I don't give a shit about your kids. Brock's maybe more of a caricature.
A little bit.
Let's talk about the Nia Jax story that they're telling.
It's
really
interesting,
good.
right?
It's really good.
Yeah. I'm not normally with stuff like this, I'm like, I don't know. I don't mark out to it, but this is kind of like one of the better stories going.
She deserves a Mizzy for that fucking Oscar-worthy performance.
She was legit crying.
She had
I
tears
actually
streaming
felt
down her
terrible. Face. Yeah. Because like if you follow
they tapped
Nia
into
Jax,
something real. It was awesome.
It was awesome. And if you follow Nia Jax online and stuff, she actually talks a lot about bullying and some
body
of the crap
shaming.
she went through.
The things that she does.
And for Alexa to kind of bring that up in her hilarious way, the way she kind of led into it, but then it got like super real.
Yeah.
And it was really impressive. I don't know. I thought it was great. I'm a little concerned about where it's going to go.
I'm telling you where it's going to go. It's going to go to Nia Jax versus Asuka at WrestleMania for the Raw Women's title. Nia Jax versus Alexa.
Yeah, you just confused me.
Yeah, because Asuka's going to be on SmackDown. I haven't taken my pills today, pal.
So we're assuming that Nia Jax is going face, which I think we've kind of seen that coming a little bit.
Definitely. They're making her a sympathetic baby face. That armbar sequence where she just
so
wouldn't
good.
tap. She kept lifting her up, showing the power,
so
strength.
good.
And then Asuka looking amazing because she just wouldn't let go.
Yeah.
Like
and it actually looked like
monkey.
a tough armbar,
She was like
too.
a spider monkey, Maddie.
Yeah, she was.
wouldn't let go.
She wouldn't let go.
Asuka.
And like the fact that I didn't time it, but it had to have been a good 2-3 minutes. The fact that she picked her up 3 different times, like, and slammed her down too. Like, it wasn't like she was gentle with her. And
No, it was cool.
The whole segment was great. The match itself was meh. But that part was great.
It wasn't quite like we really enjoyed that Elimination Chamber match they had because Asuka really got decimated mostly by Nia Jax, which was pretty cool.
Still found a way to win, and that's what's
I
great.
just sounded so marky there. It was like so cool.
It was so cool. It was so cool.
No, but I think it's interesting too because for Alexa to say these things, she's really tapping into these insecurities of Nia, and it's almost like when you see somebody like bullying someone.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to get too controversial here, but it's almost like battered wife syndrome when like the husband says things that just cuts like the woman down, and she's just kind of like, no, like Alexa's right, like she's right. I brought this on myself, and it's like she was trying to be comforting, but like by being mean and saying things that she knew would hurt Nia Jax, but then kind of patronizing her, being like, I don't want to see this, ruin your career and stuff like that. It's like, why did it ruin my career? I just lost a match. I fought really hard. You should just be like, that was an amazing performance. But she wasn't. She was being Little Miss Bliss. And by the way, Mickie James is just the Dolph Ziggler of the women's division, I guess.
She's just a heel all of a sudden. Like that whole 3 months of Alexa versus Mickie just disappeared apparently.
Alexa's apparently a master manipulator.
Apparently.
Because she's just like, no, like I really actually, I know I called you old a bunch of times, but like I actually kind of like you a lot.
Yeah.
So
We're
can
friends
you put
now.
on some black leather and be my dude now? Or my
I will
girl?
say, I like that Mickey's not wearing those stupid bell-bottom things she wears when she wrestles now. God, I hated those.
Yeah, she's got like different looks all
But
the time.
I want
keeps
to
it real.
kind of props on Alexa for this too, because like she's like they're actually really good friends in real life. So for them to be able to do this and tap into something pretty real was fairly impressive. But I didn't expect it to get as real as it did. The way she started out, and
it's just really cool.
She's like, "Wow, oh, you lost. That must be so embarrassing." I was like, "Oh, here we go," and then it got really real. I was like, "Oh, this is more than I expected."
Props to them.
Yeah,
Props to them.
Yeah, it was good.
I'm sure Vince loved it. He was like, that was fucking great.
Yeah.
Look at those waterworks, pal.
She's actually crying. It's so exciting. Yeah, no, it was good.
God damn, Nia, you were crying.
It was good. So, if we're talking about the women, though, should we talk Bailey, Sasha?
Yeah, a little bit. Let's talk about the Mandy Rose versus Bailey, the actual match. I got to tell you, I was more impressed with Mandy Rose in this match than Bayley. I thought Mandy Rose looked really good.
I don't know if we've talked about it or if I even said it on the first show.
She could be really good. Like she's not there yet, but she has a shot at getting really good.
She is very good. I saw her at NXT St. Catharines back in September.
Yeah.
And I was sitting
the one where you called me on the way.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I have two
you want to
tickets.
come?
And just burned one ticket because I'm like, I'm with my wife.
Yeah, no, it was at that show, that was the first time where I was like, this girl is going to be big. Like, she's actually really good. The character stuff and so on, yeah, she's got to work on that. But
she
as
was
a
amazing
wresler,
with Goldust when they were doing the Mixed Max Challenge
so
together.
Good. And maybe that's where if she peels off, maybe that is kind of a natural thing. But
I honestly would do
she's
that.
A good wrestler, man.
As soon as Absolution runs its course,
yeah,
I would have Goldust. If Goldust retires, I would have him stick around,
manage her
as like a manager.
Yeah,
flip the script. You know,
totally
we're in this
agree.
day and age where the women get the focus. Make Goldust like the male valet.
Totally
and
agree.
Just have them kind of like paw each other and just
keep the golden age going, sort of thing.
Yeah,
right?
just be kind of uncomfortably sexual if you could do that in this day and age, which you probably can't.
Probably not. But
they
at
could
the
just
same
be
time,
sort of sensual, and the way they were doing the Mixed Match Challenge was enough for me. I liked it.
Yeah.
I don't think she's gonna like lick his tongue.
No, I don't think it'll go that far. But just remember the Mixed Match Challenge because I want to touch on something. But after,
I haven't been watching that. At all.
Either did I. But I did see something that I just want to ask real quick, but I'll wait because I want to touch.
Alexa Bliss straddling Braun
Yes,
Strowman?
yeah, okay, fine. Let's talk about it right now. Don't forget Mandy.
I'm going all the way with you
because it was a little bit of they've been kind of teasing it a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And then for it to actually happen in the match, but twice where she jumped off.
I heard all about this, and there are memes aplenty.
Oh yeah, she got pushed off the top rope, and he catches her, and they're kind of like staring at each other, and then he's like, "Oh yeah." He snaps out of it, sets her on the ring, and then she gets knocked off, and and Alexa plays it perfectly. She whips her hair back and gets all a little sexy about it. Oh,
they're really teasing some tension there.
It was really good. I don't it's not going to go anywhere, but if they ever wanted to somehow make it work, it could be a hilarious story.
That content is so extra. Like the mixed match thing really doesn't play into anything.
No, it's not part of the story. Even though they did kind of leak Asuka's streak into it, the last match, which I don't like at all. But no, it was good.
Braun's just like, I'm going to send you a selfie promo later confessing my love.
The selfie promo.
I'm just going to put little heart emojis on it. I'm going to download the app. All right, now I'm going to figure out how to get text on there. I said blue. I want blue, not yellow.
Yeah, picturing Braun even holding a phone is hilarious. The selfie
thumbs are too big.
The selfie promos are terrible. Like, why couldn't they just have single camera interviews? This selfie thing to try and appease millennials or whatever. I guess I'm a millennial, but the younger crowd is the stupidest thing in the world. And then you add on top of the text. Anyways, that's enough about that. One more thing about Mandy Rose.
Mandy's running knee was awesome.
That should be her finisher. It looks so good.
It was pretty good.
When she it's her form. I don't know. It's so good.
It could have been Bayley, but it could have been a good sell job. But it's still, I don't know.
It's her form and just the way she gets her legs up too. Like, she makes it look amazing. It looks kind of movie-esque, like in a karate movie. You see that was very cool. Knee. I think that should be her. I don't even know what her finisher is, to be honest.
No, neither do I. I could not tell you.
Maybe that is her finisher.
But I guess they kind of teased again the Sasha Banks and Bayley storyline. But Sasha came out this time, sort of on Bayley's
Saved
side.
her,
But then Bayley pushed her away. So it's like,
she went for a hug, right?
Yeah.
Is that the first hug Bayley's ever turned down?
Probably. She's normally known as a hugger. I don't
Kinda
know
weird.
if you know this.
I think they're doing a good job of making us wonder who's going to turn. It was always going to be Sasha, but
it's gotta
now
be Sasha.
It's still got to be Sasha. But I kind of like what they're doing with Bayley in this, because it would have been too easy to just be like, "Oh, Sasha hates you now."
Oh my God, the run-in! I gotta say,
oh yeah,
the friggin' camera moves on the run-in. If they don't stop, I'm gonna puke. I'm gonna puke.
Yeah,
it's so jarring. It's just like, oh my God.
It's dizzying, that's for sure.
I really actually felt nauseous watching that, and you got to think that just calm that down.
It's even it doesn't have to be so much, especially in the beatdowns too, when they move the camera so you don't see that they're not actually punching.
But it's
too much.
It's not even like the cameraman is in the middle of it. The cameraman's 5-10 feet away on the outside, and he's just furiously flicking zoom.
Yeah.
Tight, wide, and
little
shaking
much.
back and forth.
Definitely a little much. Yeah.
It's too much. Yeah. It's way too much. And I think we talked way too much this week about wrestling, but pretty good show.
Yeah. What are we at here?
I think that's it, man.
Yeah?
I think we're done.
You don't want to Did we touch on Bray and Matt?
Oh yeah, Bray and Matt. See, now I'm shortchanging Matt. We already talked about it a bit, but
just quickly, because does it happen at WrestleMania? You have that written down, but I'm asking you.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? There's also the bar.
Oh yeah, we should probably talk about that real quick.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's talk about Bray and Matt
Yeah.
first. Interesting segment. I think they're on to something. Obviously, bringing in the Hardy compound. It's way, way past overdue.
Oh my God, we wanted this months ago.
Months and months ago. And there's really no reason that they had Matt toiling in the mid card for so long doing nothing, teaming with Jason Jordan and stuff.
Yeah.
Unless they were trying to play the long game and tell the story of him breaking. But even when he was woken, he just laughed.
Yeah.
And cut dumb promos.
It's too much on the laugh.
You know, it was just him in front of a green screen or blue background.
Whatever it was, yeah. But it actually looks like it's going somewhere now.
Yeah, to the Hardy compound.
Which is cool. That got a good pop, too.
It did.
It was the only thing that got a pop throughout that entire segment.
Do you think they can stretch this out until WrestleMania, and then do they do like a 20-minute ultimate deletion segment during the Mania show?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm interested in that, but
does
that fit during a Mania card?
Yeah, see, I can't. How do they do an ultimate deletion that's not on site, sort of thing? Like,
it could
have to be on
easily happen on Raw, where you got to fill a half an hour.
Yeah,
and they just cut to this, and they
but
come
I
back
think
and talk about it. Because, see, the one thing I'm thinking of that is if they do that, then you can have Jeff Hardy come back.
Yeah, that's what I was
going
going
to the lake
to.
of reincarnation and come out as Brother Nero.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, they've got to do something with Bray. I'm wondering if he falls into this broken thing somehow and they become a little bit of a stable. But apparently,
Broken Bray could be cool.
Broken Bray could be great.
Got to be broken already.
Well, he's more of a god right now, right?
Does
he's
he
not
go into the
broken.
lake and come out as Husky Harris?
Jesus. He just all of a sudden his dreads are gone and he just looks super weird.
Yeah.
No,
He's just like wearing his Speedo again. He's just like, I should have dieted for this.
Rumors are Brother Nero is cleared.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe this deletion, this compound does happen on Raw in the next couple weeks.
You got 5 weeks.
Yeah.
It's
so maybe
possible.
it is, and then somehow they get Jeff back in the picture. I hope that they do something with Bray here. They can't just have this end and then have him go and do the same thing with someone else after this.
They probably will. Let's be honest.
Well, it's because we've seen it for how many years now, right? So that's why I'm hoping this is create this little stable. Let Bray. He needs to not be the focal point, even though he's that good.
Yeah.
But enough's enough of the same thing and losing.
Well, if they do face the Bar at WrestleMania, I think that's interesting. I think there's a story there.
Yep. That's kind of
I
where
think there's
was
something
going.
to be said for having like Cesaro and Sheamus in funny little segment. Do you remember when they did the one thing where Cesaro and Sheamus were like at
bar?
an actual bar?
Yes. So
and they
good.
beat guys up at a pub?
Well, that's how they became friends, right? Like that was the one thing that finally brought them together.
Yeah. So imagine them cutting back and forth between like, Broken Matt and Brother Nero at the Hardy compound sharing a dinner of green beans with no mustard, and then cutting to the bar at the bar and doing like there's fun to be had there.
For sure.
If it wasn't them, at WrestleMania the Bar could wrestle.
AOP.
It's supposedly supposed to be some kind of a team that's not a team right now. So that does make sense because Matt and Jeff,
technically
Broken Matt and Brother
right
Nero are not a team.
Yep.
But we could see maybe War Machine, Sanity, Authors of Pain. Like
this is where my call up of Authors of Pain, I think, comes into play for me anyway. It's kind of they keep it open challenge even up until WrestleMania, and they kind of just tease this every week where the Bar just beats team after team.
Yeah.
And then at WrestleMania, they come out and say, who's it going to be? And that's when Paul Ellering steps out. And
my only problem with that is debuting a team like this at WrestleMania. I think you kind of run the risk of the casual fan who doesn't watch NXT really not knowing who they are. Yeah. And like they're over in NXT, but they're not some incredibly popular act. They're just an act that people have started to like enough.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, it took
it's not like it's fantastic news that like, Authors of Pain, I've been waiting forever for these guys to show up.
But there's no one on NXT really that's like that just yet.
No.
I think they're probably the closest.
The craziest thing would be the Young Bucks, but they're supposedly busy, and that's also unrealistic because let's be honest, they're making a ton of money on their own right now.
And they actually tweeted out there was a reply to Sheamus. They teased
we're
it,
free that
which
weekend.
absolutely means it's not happening.
Yeah.
So it just if you're listening and you have even a thought of the Young Bucks.
Yeah, calm down, you friggin' Mark.
Not happening. Even me.
Even
I'm telling
Matt
you,
the
it's
Mark.
not happening.
The markiest
Yeah.
Mark ever. I really thought you were going to be like, is it the Young Bucks? Did you see that
God,
tweet?
no. Because I know that Vince wouldn't let that leak out. If
You're going to have to start being more marky.
Yeah, it's hard right now because maybe it's just because it's WrestleMania season that a lot of this is kind of predictable, so we see what's coming. But I don't know. Maybe I'll start marking out because of what happens at WrestleMania.
I think that the Broken Hardys is the most realistic thing that can happen, or the Woken
absolutely.
Hardys or whatever they are. I'm fine with them continuing to call it Woken as long as they really bring in all the fun stuff from the Broken universe. I want to see King Maxwell. I want to see
it all,
Rebby. I
man.
want Senior Benjamin,
which they started teasing him on Twitter as well. I don't know if you've noticed that.
He's mentioned him a few times.
I kind of like that they're doing kind of letting these guys out of the bag on social media and not on Raw yet. I kind of like that.
I just feel like Matt Hardy's kind of behind that, not the WWE, because
True.
He was doing stuff on social media even when they weren't being Broken Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy. That's was true. Just like calling back to the TNA stuff from the T and the A, and True. He just wasn't allowed to do it. But he kind of I don't know if they would have wanted him to retweet my video about how they need to change his gimmick up.
Yeah,
but
fair
he did.
enough.
He's just I like this video transmission, and he
well, they're subcontractors, right? We kind of just had this conversation before the show started.
We did.
They're contracted stars.
Right.
So
I guess that's it.
Yeah.
We finally got through it all.
Yeah. I think I'm good on that.
3 weeks. I already don't want to watch Raw and SmackDown every week.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch it live, and last night I got home from work and I was just like, oh man, it's kind of nice. I've got nothing to do. Oh no, I got to catch up on both shows.
You want to talk that? I finished the 10 hours I put into the Hardy video. I'm like, thank God it's out there. My work is done. I haven't watched any of Raw or SmackDown. I have 5 hours more viewing.
Yeah.
Then I took way too many notes. This week's episode is probably way too long.
You did. We talked about in the first episode, we're not going to be taking notes.
We're an hour.
I actually looked at your
minutes.
notes and it's that's too long.
Hour and 10 minutes. Maybe?
Okay, well let's just pump the Twitters and let's do it.
Why don't you give your ish first?
Well, here's a little update on the follow. So I think, first week it was like, if I get 4, I'll be happy. And then the next week it was, if I get 5, well, guess what, folks? We got 8.
Wow.
I know.
Wow. 8,
super excited.
8, as you call them, Twitter subscribers.
Twitter follow Twitter
followers, man.
Tweeters. Anyway, so
follow the mark.
So for you folks listening, I would like to hit 10.
Oh.
10, if it can happen. But here's the news. I updated my Twitter handle. I am no longer Matty C47.
You figured out how to do it, eh? You went deep into the bowels of the settings.
Figured it out. So I am now Matt the Markiest.
Was Matt the Mark taken?
Yeah, it was. Matt the Mark was taken.
Was Matt the Marker taken?
I didn't do. Damn, that would have been better. No, Matt the Markiest is funnier. So it's Markiest is Markiest.
There it is.
Matt
Follow
the
at
is
Matt
easy.
the Markiest.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah, we all are. The show is at ADCs of Wrestling. That is where you can tweet your questions and stuff for next week. I really enjoyed having some responses and some mail to read on this week's podcast. I am at Andrew David Cox on both Twitter and Instagram. I don't do much on Instagram because they limit the amount you can post.
Yeah, it's not enough.
It's only a minute long for video, and I'm just I don't take a ton of pics.
Yeah.
I'm not that photogenic. I'm very ugly. I'm a troll-like person. So, from a guy whose cover art is a giant picture of his face.
Yeah, fair enough.
But the best thing would be if you go to youtube.com/Andrew David Cox, and you can see my latest parodies. You can see the stuff I do for Something to Wrestle. You can catch up on episodes of the pod.
Yep.
And share that with other people because eventually, maybe, it'll get bigger and it'll be a big thing and all that stuff. So
who knows?
Do what we said at the beginning of the show, too. Please go to iTunes, subscribe, rate 5 stars, tell people about the show if you're enjoying it. Tell your friends. Tweet wrestlers saying that ADC's voices make you pop in the best possible way, etc., etc. Let's call it this week.
That's it for me.
We'll see you next week. Ball game.
Peace.
Damn it.
Goddamn, I love the Bludgeon Brothers. Bludgeon Brothers are legit. What? I love their hammers. Bludgeon Brothers are the shit. Oh, hell yeah. You're fucking badass if you swing a hammer. And that's the bottom line.